Today's video is going to be a reaction to two videos in one because they are related to a black man's weakness and his inability to govern his women and create viable community economies within every black community across the country. The first video that I'll be reacting to is the Black Men and Mental Health Expo sponsored by the Breakfast Club and Charlamagne the God. The second video that I'll be reacting to is titled Will Smith Indirectly Admits That Jada is a Gold Digger, which was posted by O'Shea Duke Jackson. The Will Smith issue reveals that as strong, talented, and intelligent as he is, he cannot exercise his authority over his woman. And if you listen to Charlamagne the God, every black man has a mental health problem. But here's the truth that Charlamagne will never understand because he's half a female and not a real man. Black men don't have a mental health problem. They have a masculine health problem. See, masculine health and economic health are connected like Siamese twins. You cannot separate them completely without destroying their individual viability. And the reason why there is not a viable economy operating in every black community across the country is because black men have been separated from their primary economic driver, which is the black woman. In order to improve your mental health and your economic wealth, my brothers, you are going to have to do whatever that you have to do to increase your man Q. All right, so let's talk about it. Now, I've been saying for quite some time now that Charlamagne the God is a threat to the black community. The fact that he allowed himself to be the face of this expo and the question in this video that he asked right off the bat proved it.
Oh man, I'm thankful that we're alive and able to have this conversation on this beautiful Sunday, this World Mental Health Day. And I want to start with Jason, Mr. Jason Wilson. Jason, why does subscribing to society's view of a real man do more harm than good?
That's a very good question. It does more harm because society's definition of a man is limited. As a black man, as what I'm learning now is just not our issue, it's a man's issue, but we've allowed ourselves to be defined by the culture, and the culture defines men only by masculine attributes. And when we only can live under masculine attributes such as strength, power, and protection, etc., we really can't be the nurturers we were created to be. We can't be compassionate when we need to be. We can't be long-suffering or patient. And as a result of that, when we feel that we're becoming weak, which we all will at times become weak, we feel that we're not men anymore.
Shut up. You all gonna make me scream like a white lady.
I think this one still deserves the new and improved 2 snaps, a twist, and a kiss.
Nigga, you can't be a nurturer, bitch. That is what you have a woman for. And of course you can nurture your babies and even nurture your wife if you want to. Nobody's stopping you. However, that is not your primary purpose in life. Nurturing is not the reason God created you or equipped you to, or something that he equipped you to do.
Come on, son. The fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Would you use the toaster to cook an egg? No, because that's not what a toaster is supposed to do. Your purpose is to be a protector and a provider. Your job as a husband and a father is to guide, and govern, direct, correct, and protect your family. And brothers, you do this for your wife and your children. The true purpose of this expo is to expose the fact that white people have no reason to fear black men. The objective is to reveal that black men are not the biggest, strongest, fastest, and the best men on the planet that their sports prowess makes them appear to be. And the goal of the exposition is to put on display the weakness of the black male mentality and signal to the white community that they can come in and overtake us whenever they get ready. One of the principal tenets of war, brothers, is to know your enemy. In order to kill your enemy, you have to know what's keeping him alive. What kind of tenacity does he have in his heart and mind that gives him the will to fight and to win or survive? How does he think? How does he fight? And what will he do or what will he not do? You have to get inside the mind of your opponent and capture him mentally if you hope to defeat him physically. An expo like this allows the enemies of the black community to obtain access into the minds of his primary protectors, which is his black men. If you listen to your detractors carefully, brothers, they will always tell you what they're up to by the words that they use. So let's define the word expo, which is an abbreviation of the word exposition, by initially looking at the dictionary definition. Then we'll find the true definition using syllabication, and that's because the dictionary does not tell you what words actually mean. It only tells you how words are commonly used. Syllabication leads you to discover what words actually mean. See, the dictionary defines the word exposition as a comprehensive description and explanation of an idea or theory, or a large public exhibition, or to put on a public display. However, if you break the word exposition down by syllable or syllabically, it's a combination of the base word expose and the suffix tion. The suffix tion means the act or process, and the word expose means to make something visible by uncovering it, or to reveal the true or objectable nature of someone or something. Therefore, the actual definition of the word exposition is the act or process of uncovering or revealing the true nature of someone or something. And the goal of this exposition is to expose black men. Now, the purpose of Black Men and Mental Health Expo was to put black men on public display to expose, reveal, or uncover their true nature. And brothers, do you understand that a slave is a commodity? The commodity of slavery was not just human labor, it was also sex trafficking.
Take it, Topo.
90% of all African Americans are slaves. 4 million men, women, and children. Buyers demand the most fertile slaves for breeding. The most expensive are light-skinned teenage virgins. Rape is common.
Black men and women, as well as boys and girls, were not only bought and sold for labor, they were also used to satisfy their masters and his friends' sexual desires. And the average black man has no clue that there is a powerful faction of the nation that has never stopped fighting the Civil War.
At 2:13 p.m., the Capitol is breached. Michael Sparks, a Trump supporter from Kentucky, is the first person inside. A police officer seems unsure of what to do and backs off. Sparks is followed by Proud Boys and other far-right extremists, one carrying a Confederate flag, another armed with a baseball bat. When rioters break open the locked doors, hundreds more rush in.
They believed that Trump was their last best chance to see their dream of finally winning the Civil War and the South rising again. So they have been gearing up, buying massive amounts of guns and bullets in preparation for their return to the Civil War, so they can finally reclaim their heritage. And brothers, when these people talk about reclaiming their heritage, they're talking about you. You were the heritage that men passed on from father to son. They want to claim the right to exercise control over your body, so they need to see what's going on in your mind. And this expo exposes the fact that too many black men are weak mentally due to a lack of masculinity, so they can be defeated easily. And sadly, black people are helping them finance the war against us by strengthening them economically. You see, The Breakfast Club is aired on Premier Networks, which is run by iHeartRadio, which is a subsidiary of iHeartMedia. And it's syndicated on over 100 stations across the country, simulcast on Revolt. And here's a quiz, okay? Do you know who's delivering the money to The Breakfast Club that they earn from advertising? You guessed it, it's primarily black people in general and black women in particular. Black women are used in the commercial arena and made merchandise of because black men have not been strong enough to take authority over black women. Black women are God's gift to black men, and black women are supposed to be the economic facilitator for the black man and the black family and the black community and the black economy. However, black men's weakness allow white men to use black women to their economic advantage. And black men struggle to open and operate one business successfully, but white men can come in and capture the minds and money of black women, which give them the capacity to own multiple businesses individually. Now, let's take a listen to a little of O'Shea Duke Jackson's video on how Will Smith indirectly admits Jada is a gold digger before I respond to it.
You do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement.
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
And I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy.
I was in a lot of pain, and I was very broken.
Brothers, all of this complaining about what women do make you look weak, okay? It proves that you have no authority over your women. They can run over you whenever they get ready to. Then you sit up and complain about it publicly like you're a child. You guys have to man the fuck up and increase your man Q if you want to have the knowledge that you need to take authority over your women and your community. And there's an old African proverb that says, if you enter a village and you cannot find any good women, it's filled with no good men. The guys that produce the YouTube Women Ain't Shit content are exposing, uncovering, revealing, or making visible to the public their true objectionable nature. If you subscribe to their channels and consume a lot of their content, that means that you're weak too. You are the type of cat that wants a woman to submit to you when the average woman won't even have sex with you. Whenever a woman has sex with a man, that's a form of being in submission, right? But because you are weak, a woman will use you to get sex or whatever she can financially from you and then ghost you or curb you. So stop complaining about what women do and increase your man Q to give the woman the desire or incentive to submit to you. Now, my boy O'Shea thinks that he is doing you a favor by articulating who should pay for a date. Bruh, listen, if you're a guy that makes a lot of money and you value it because of the work that you had to put in to get it, you should be glad to pay a little to find out that a woman ain't shit or that she's not the right one for you. That would save you a whole lot of money, time, and energy in the long run from having to deal with and or discard the wrong woman. And brothers, it's time to man the fuck up. Okay, you cats sound like little bitches complaining about these women. You have to be a man and understand that you will have to conduct a type of beauty pageant in order to find a woman worthy to wear your crown. And nothing is life and free, so it's going to cost you some money. All right? Finding the right woman for you is very similar to conducting a job interview. Employers spend a lot of time, money, and energy trying to find the right person to hire, right? Well, brothers, marriage is a business. The position of husband is the CEO, and the position of wife is the COO. At the CEO and COO level, job interviews are often conducted over coffee, lunch, or dinner, right? And Muppet Newsflash, brothers, the company conducting the interview does not expect the person being interviewed to pay the tab or ask them to go 50-50. They pick up the tab because they will gladly pay a small fee to discover that the interviewee is not right for them. Otherwise, they could spend a lot more money and legal fees trying to get rid of them. And when it comes to prospecting for women, my motto is spend a little and save a lot, all right? In every situation, you have to be a man, not half a woman. See, women expect men to pay, and if you want someone to pay, then you should be dating dudes. And finally, brothers, always remain in your masculine frame, all right? Whenever you out in public or if you get a chance to appear on a podcast or radio or TV, whenever you whine and complain or cry publicly, it takes you out of your masculine frame and makes you look like a dame.
To have something like this of a leader. We talk about leadership. We give guys these big contracts because they want to be able to lead 70 men, coaches, equipment staff, and managers to the number one goal, and that's to win the championship. And for us to be moving back and not forward in 21st century, like I said, man, National Football League, this hurts me. The clock is ticking, man.
Randy Moss cried like a little bitch on national TV over something a white man said about a black man. And crying in public is what women and children do that feel powerless or helpless. And crying is not what a real man does when he's speaking on the issue of racism. If you don't remain in your masculine frame or at least give the impression that there is going to be a penalty for one racist expressions, then things will never change. And I find it ironic, however, that Randy cried as a result of John Gruden's words, but when Jason Whitlock criticized him for crying, he wanted to fight.
We as black men respond to conflict depending on the color of the person we have conflict with. If we are offended by a white man, it's perfectly, or a white woman, it's perfectly appropriate to go on national TV and cry. You will get great applause. Awesome, yeah, you do. Stick, that's it, yeah, cry. Black people, white people, everybody will applaud you. You get offended by a black man, you go straight to, oh, it's on site. And that's what Randy Moss did yesterday.
See, the white man's racist expressions were not fighting words, but the black man's criticism provoked him to violence. And this is what high school girls do, brothers. That is some straight up bitch shit. So man up, guys. Do whatever you have to do to increase your man Q. All right? Let's go. Well, that's all that I have for now. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share this video with your family and friends, and I'll be back with something new that nobody told you. Until then, remember that God loves you, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'll see you next time on Maximizing Fatherhood.